in their white and blue, passing down the field with a plan coming through. From defense to the goal, thunderous might. Yeah, the Hudson Raiders are ready to fight. In their white and blue, passing down the field with a plan coming through. From defense to the goal, thunderous might. Yeah, the Hudson Raiders are ready to fight. In their white and blue, passing down the field with a plan coming through. From defense to the goal, thunderous might. Yeah, the Hudson Raiders are ready to fight. in their white and blue, passing down the field with a plan coming through. From white and blue, passing down the field with a plan coming through. From defense to the goal, a thunderous might. Yeah, the Hudson Raiders are ready to fight. In their white and blue, passing down the field with a plan coming through. From defense to the goal, a thunderous might. Yeah, the Hudson Raiders are ready to fight. In their white and blue, passing down the field with a plan coming through. From defense to the goal, a thunderous might. Yeah, the Hudson Raiders are ready to fight. Yeah, the Hudson blue, passing down the field with a plan coming through. From defense to the goal, a thunderous might. Yeah, the Hudson Raiders are ready to fight. Yeah, the Hudson Raiders are ready to fight. Hudson Raiders, bold and strong. They've been waiting all season long. Kick that ball, will light the skies. Hudson Raiders on the rise. The Hudson Raiders in their white and blue, passing down the field with a plan coming through. From defense to the goal, a thunderous might. Yeah, the Hudson Raiders are ready to fight.
Area Senior High School Panthers and your hometown Hudson Raiders. Please turn your attention to the video board for a message from this year's captains.
Hudson High School, in partnership with the WIAA and Big River Trappers, is proud to uphold a culture of education-based athletics where the lesson learned since our and school. In addition to today's ensuring experiences positive and enjoyable for athletes, coaches, officials, and players. As a month back, when John Tice was shipping them, it did that. You could schools to stay off. At this time, I'm going to turn to my
And now for today's starting lineups, beginning with Stevens Point. Number 2, William Cole. Number 4, Tyler Falkovich. Number 5, Oliver Peterson. Number 10, Liam Nim. Number 11, Sivan Dinga. Number 13, Ian Ekstrom. Number 17, Leighton Stevens. Number 20, Micah Paranto. Number 23, Zachariah Zillman. Number 30, August Zell. And in goal, number 99, Fred Giuliani. Panthers are coached by Bill Voss. And now for your Raiders. Starting in goal, number 1, Parker Strumke. Number 6, Teddy Anderson. Number 9, Quinn Packard. Number 10, Jack Poole. Number 11, Will Cook. Number 12, Xavier Highland. Number 13, Giovanni Morales. Number 15, Joe Heckman. Number 18, Calvin Lassard. Number 21, Sam Olson. And number 24, Paul Rippelis. Raiders are coached by Steve Solom and Mitch Gibbs. Good luck, everybody. It's been a great game.
All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the River Channel broadcast of today's regional soccer matchup featuring the visiting Stevens Point High School Panthers in white on your screen, playing from right to left, taking on the number 1 seed Hudson Raiders in blue, the home team in blue, playing from left to right on your screen. This should be a fantastic matchup. It's a cool, slightly wet day here in Hudson, Wisconsin, which, if you're unfamiliar, is on the far west side of the state, just across the border from Minneapolis, St. Paul. And it's probably, I don't know, around 50 degrees and cool, and little bit of precipitation, not a lot. Looks like zero wind. None of the flags are really moving, so very different than last Thursday night's game for the Raiders, which had a just blasting winds and lots of precipitation. So should be a great match. Both these teams coming off big wins on Tuesday night, I guess it was. Tuesday night, not Thursday night. And we look forward to a great match here today. Looks like Raiders will take the kick. And here we go. These teams have not played this year, so this will be a first matchup between these two teams today. So no preconceived notions by anyone on either team, and we'll see how this plays out. Raiders on the attack, trying to send the ball through, but the Panthers D holds. Decide to pull it back, sending it up. And that's Joe Heckman with the head out. Raiders heading it back and forth, taking it across the field. Hello to our friends in Madrid, Spain. Always good to have you tuning in. You don't have to be up quite so late tonight, so glad you're here and joining us, and hopefully you enjoy the game today. like to encourage anybody from wherever you are to drop a note in the chat and or comment, and I'll give you a shout out, whether you're Stevens Point, whether you're Hudson, or whether you're just here enjoying a great soccer match, which this should be. So Stevens Point there back on their attack, and Raiders defense holds, and Strumke with the punt. Raiders earned the first round regional victory over Eau Claire North with a 3-0 victory in some horrible weather conditions for a soccer match. I played soccer for a long time and coached for an even much longer time, and I can remember what those games were like up here in the north. So Stevens Point earned their way here by beating Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln by a score of 3-0 as well. So uh, both teams earning 3-0 victories to come to this match. And of course, as everyone knows, these games are, this is it. You win, you keep playing. If you lose, your season is done. So a lot on the line here, and a lot on these boys' minds, and should transform into a great match here. Point with the throw. Poole does a quick turn, tries to send it out wide to Powell, and Powell is able to get it, and he gets this little streak, sends a little left-footed cross through, but taken over by number 5, Oliver Peterson of Stevens Point. Raiders trying to keep the amazing season going here. They are 18 wins, 0 losses, and 1 tie on the season, and have only given up 3 goals this entire season. So they've had a strong season. They have had a balanced attack, and they're certainly going to hope they continue that streak here. Stevens Point takes a 9-win, 3-loss, 6-tie season into the playoffs here. Lots of ties, and hearing from Coach Loss before the match that, big blast from Sam Olson, but sends it high of the goal, and Stevens Point will have the goal kick. But lots of ties, and as ties can be, sometimes you get ties, and those are games that you should have won, and sometimes there's ties in games you should have lost, and I think he's just comfortable with where they're at. So a successful season for both these teams, and this should be, like I said a few times, it's going to be an exciting match. So hello to all our friends in Spain who are chiming in here. It's 11 p.m. there. So yeah, you got to still stay up a little bit late. At least for me, that's late. But we're certainly glad you're able to tune in from abroad and see some fun soccer here in Wisconsin.
We do have an air mattress. We didn't
right,
set it
point
up
on the attack, but the Raiders defense holds.
We do
Xavier Island with the ball in the center, able to have a little time to scan the field, and he and Will Cook maybe just a little bit of miscommunication, and sends that ball out of bounds. Point on the throw. Raiders take 2 on that, and that's going to be a point throw in, a ball off Kelvin Lassard of the Raiders. Still in that kind of that time frame where these teams feel each other out a little bit. Heckman gets called for a foul from behind, a little, maybe an extra hold, a little push there. Not too egregious, but a foul nonetheless, and Point is going to have a free kick here. And most likely this should enable them to put the ball into the scoring area. So let's see what happens. It's number 4, Tyler Falkovich with the kick. Point able to get a head on it, but that head goes straight up in the air basically and over the goal. And crisis averted for the Raiders. It'll be a goal kick here for Parker Strumke. Comes the kick from Strumke. Big ball up. Real battle for the ball here. Everybody attacking, but attacking cleanly. That's what I love to see. I love to see good, you're going to have contact in soccer, whether it's, you like it or not. And it's usually not all fouls. So, ooh, little ricochet off the Raiders, and the Point's got it, but shot goes right at Parker Strunke, and he is up to the task of making the save. And Point takes advantage of a little miscue by the Raiders, but the Raiders able to hold them off on the scoring side of things. So I'll probably wake the Raiders up here a little bit. Ball's over to Lassard on the sideline. Sends a little nifty ball through to Will Cook. Sends it to space. Rebellis is there. He brings it back. Colin Rebellis on the push. And little push from behind. It can look a lot of different ways when you see it, and referee's much closer, so that's a foul, and that'll be a free kick here for the Panthers. Morales with the clear up to his team. Lassard does a little pullback. Nice moves by Lassard to keep the ball in possession. Gets it out to Olsen. Bellis sends it through. Cook is on it. Tries to sneak a little ball through. Brings it back. Raiders with a shot, and nice save there by Fred Giuliani of the Panthers. So both teams now with one quality shot on goal, and both goalkeepers up to the task. Alina, thank you for tuning in Brazil, huh? That is also fantastic. Who are you cheering for? I'm curious. I'm not sure if there's any Brazilian players on the Raiders, but we certainly welcome everyone to these broadcasts. Another foul on the Raiders, or actually ball out of bounds, will be a throw in here for the Panthers. Panthers working their way down the field with throw-ins. Right about the 9-minute mark, our score remains 0-0. So these games are, someone is going to walk out of here with a victory. So there are no ties in these playoff games. We will play, if it is tied at the end of the two 40-minute halves, we'll play two 10-minute halves, and that is regardless of score. So it is not sudden death. So if the score ends tied, then you play two 10-minute periods, and then if there's a victor, game will be over. If there's not a victor, then it'll go to penalty kicks from the mark. So the old shootout. Right. Oh, Will Cook using a good body fake there. Brings it across and sets up a nice goal kick opportunity for the Raiders. Nifty play by Cook there. A lot of times players like to use the ball as a distraction, but used his body there nicely, and was able to set up an opportunity to make the turn and either get across or set up this corner kick. It's a nice ball in. Head in. Clear by Rebellis trying to get the rebound shot. Morales on it. Teddy Anderson gets it out wide. Brings it forward. Sends it back. Raiders try to send in a low ball there, but Point is on it. Now Point on the attack. Sam Olsen going to watch that ball go out of bounds. That'll be a Raiders throw. Here we go. Raiders defense trying to move this ball back up the field. So far we've had a fun back and forth match here of scoring opportunities and defensive play. holding everything off. Olsen again on it. Nice play there. Sneaks it through to Cook. This is where Cook is dangerous, and he sneaks it in. It's a goal for Will Cook. Great play. Excellent pass from Sam Olsen. And the Raiders take the first goal of the match at the 11-minute, 6-second mark. That's a goal for your Raiders. Number 11, Will Cook. Assist to Sam Olsen. All right. So just a really heads up pass by Sam Olsen to open space, and then Cook is able to maneuver that ball with an opening, and Will Cook doesn't miss too many opportunities like that, and he sneaks it past Fred Giuliani, and the Raiders take that all-important 1-0 lead. Raiders again on the attack, sends it long and high. Lots of time left in this match, though, and Point has shown some good opportunities offensively, so we have a lot more soccer here, and the Raiders also will not, they've never rested on any lead, whether it's 6 goals or whatever. They keep pushing for more, so we'll definitely probably see some more offensive highlights here today. Throw in here for the Raiders.
He takes a light rail. That's the top.
All right, here we go. Point with the free kick. This is number 4, Tyler Falkovich with the kick. Nice kick in. That's a good spot to put the ball, but came in a little low, which can be hard offensively to do a lot with. But still, nicely put ball. Point hangs onto it for the attack. Falkovich back on it. Goes off Cook. Be a throw-in for the Panthers. Here's the throw. Quinn Packard pokes it away, but it'll be another throw for the Panthers. Nice cutback move there. But Morales is there. Nice little passing sequence by the Raiders here. Getting it to open space, advancing it easily. Rebellis on it on the far side. Over to Poole. Back to Morales. Over to Lassard, the scoring leader of the Raiders, and he takes a shot from distance. Ricocheted off Stevens Point, and Fred Giuliani had to come up big and make a off-balance save off that ricochet, and is able to do it. So nice job, Giuliani. Raiders with a corner kick here, and that's Jack Poole taking the kick. A little long of a kick. Kind of gets over everybody. Island is on it. And looks like maybe we have an injured Panther. Clock is stopping. And oh, I guess he didn't call for the clock stoppage. I think he's assessing the situation. Player's all right. I believe if the clock is stopped, then the players will leave the game, which Stevens Point maybe didn't want there. So play will resume here. Clock keeps ticking. And thanks for tuning in from Michigan, Owen. Always good to have you.
30.
All right, so are putting some time back on the clock. It's not the stop the clock hand signal given, but it's the referee's prerogative. And he's going to do a drop here for the Raiders. Raiders are going to turn that into a crossing play right off the bat. Not able to do a lot with that, but they hang on to it. Rebellis with the ball. Sam Olsen sneaking up from behind to take that ball while Morales confronted the attacker there, and now the Raiders back on the attack. Hitting about the 15-minute mark. Hudson Raiders 1, Stevens Point Panthers 0 in this regional matchup. Good turn there by Lassard. Gets it out to Poole, who's set up and takes a big blast off the crossbar. Packard takes shot from distance. Ricochet comes through. Heck of a play by the Raiders, and crossbar keeps that score at 1-0. A lot of chemistry on the scoring side for the Raiders. They have at least 4 players, I believe, with 10 goals. Jack Poole and Will Cook, who's already scored today. Calvin Lassard, who has upwards of 18 goals on the season, and Pau Rebellis with 10 goals on the season. So along with that, probably about 14 players on the Raiders with goals this season. So a lot of people can put that ball in the net. And Point gets it all the way down, and Raiders defense holds as the ball crosses the goal line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Raiders. I'd like to appreciate everybody tuning in to the River Channel, whether you're on the Facebook live stream or the YouTube live stream. I am monitoring the YouTube live stream, so that'll be the chat that I am watching, but we appreciate all of you tuning into this so far very entertaining match on both sides. Good goalkeeping, good offense, good defense. Just a fun all-around match. Cook plays it off defender William Cole, and the Raiders will have a throw in deep in their territory. Packard into Lassard, back to Packard. Sends a nice cross. It's going to go heavy to Pau on the outside. He's going to pick it up. Brings it back to Xavier Island, who had something in mind, but it didn't quite go the way he planned, and that ball is going to be a goal kick here for the Panthers. Ball goes a little awkwardly off Packard's foot there, and that'll be a throw in for Panthers here. Imagining it's about a 3-hour drive for the Panthers to get here. 3 to 4. So 4 p.m. start's probably nice for them. They can still get some good sleep in time and get on their bus and get here. Winner of this match will take on the victor of Eau Claire Memorial versus Holman High School. We're also playing right now, about an hour east of here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. About 3? Yeah, about 3 hours to Point. Pretty drive. Good setup play there by Point, but the Raiders defense holds them back a little bit. They sneak the ball out to Cook. Will's got it. He's going to play it, roll it, sends it out to Poole. Swings it around. Nice left-footed cross to Lassard. Gets a shot and just crushes that ball into the upper right-hand corner. Nothing that Fred Giuliani could really do about that. That was just a heck of a blast by Kelvin Lassard of the Raiders. Wow.
Then you put the ball behind the goal. You have a better chance of scoring when the ball gets behind it.
And that's a second goal for your Raiders. Number 18, Calvin Lassard. Assist to Jack Poole.
Okay. About the 19-minute mark. Panthers now have some work to do. They have a lot of time to do it. Down 2-0 to the Raiders.
Even on like special.
That last goal was pretty spectacular. Really nice crossing play by Poole, and Lassard kind of missed the first touch, but set himself up for just a blast of a second shot, and it just was so fast that there was absolutely no way to react to that by Giuliani, who's had an excellent game in goal so far today. Um, so that is Lassard's probably at least his 18th goal, if not maybe 19th or 20th. I have a couple games I don't have scoring statistics from, some away games, but I know he's got at least 18 with this one, and most likely could be more. So just a fantastic season from junior Calvin Lassard, and that's exciting because the Raiders are going to have him back for another year next year. And that is Jack Poole's at least 13th assist on the season, to match his 10 goals or so as well. So Captain Poole is just, having a great season as well. Sard back on it. Wind is picking up a little bit. We have a little side wind. It's a northerly wind. Not sure who that's going to advantage too much.
And I didn't halfway.
Entering the game for the Raiders, number 14, Kieran Britz.
Oh, Sam Olsen with a nice aggressive step there, but sends that ball wide of the goal.
Bounce back and forth. Is when I was there. Hard to make 125 to 30. Really? I think you were that.
In for the Panthers, number 15, Garrett Hartsow. Apologies to Panther fans if I am saying any of these names incorrectly. I do my best to say things right. I don't like the boys to hear their names said wrong if possible. So here we go. Raiders back on the attack. Lassard sending the ball out wide. Nice play by Poole. Oof, chests it down and takes a one touch and ricocheted off goalkeeper Fred Giuliani, who again makes a nice save. He's in the right spot, playing that ball just right, and takes a blast from a short distance. Is gutsy and means goalkeepers have to be fearless, and he took it well. But the Raiders now have a corner kick. Ball's right where the Raiders want it, but a nice head out by the Stevens Point D. Revels tries to get a one-touch shot. Again, played off by Stevens Point defense. Raiders back on the attack, sends it through, but nobody home. Spash has got it on the line, but Packard pressuring everywhere. That's one of the reasons the Raiders have so much success is they are playing tenacious defense everywhere on the field, and do everything they can to keep it in the offensive end. That ball goes off. Powell took a little bit of a lick on that, I think, but not something he's going to get a PK for. And
Here we go. Fred Giuliani with the kick for the Panthers at about the 23-minute mark. Great ball movement there by the Panthers. They move this ball up the field. They've had their chances, but the Raiders have really, I think, dominated time of possession throughout the match. And there we go. Stevens Point's been doing well getting the ball deep into the territory, but then making something happen with it has been where they have struggled so far today. Lots of time left, though. Entering the game for Stevens Point, number 12, Juan Martinez. So Juan Martinez in the match for the Raiders. Strumke with the goal kick.
I knew what you were talking about, but that did sound very. It sounds very.
Lassard on it.
No, I'm not.
To Poole. Back to Powell. Over to Olson. Nice ball moving by the Raiders. Oh, ball sneaking around. Cook unable to get it. Kind of gets his leg hooked a little bit. That ball was kind of moving weird, and Cook gets whistled for a foul, and that'll end the attack. Giuliani with a big kick here, sends it up. Head over by Panthers, trying to keep the offense moving. Raiders defense holds, though. Teddy Anderson on this ball for the Raiders D, sends it up the line, but kicks it out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for Stevens Point. Stevens Point with a little cross and a header from distance, and not enough on that, and Strumke's able to easily collect that ball. Sends a big punt up the field. Poole tries to do a little one-touch side move, try to catch the point off guard a little bit, but no luck. Again, Strumke's on it. Comes out aggressively to pick that ball up. Gonna play it outside. That's Brits over there. Yeah, a little too much on that from Lassard up the middle. Giuliani collects that easily. Stevens Point D playing it around a little bit, trying to create some space and opportunity to send that ball deep.
This one we're actually climbed all the way back down.
Clear for the Raiders, but kind of bungled a bit as it hits another Raider, and they bring it back to Strumke, who clears that ball out.
We could go to Putt Shack. That was pretty fun. Is this open? Putt Shack.
I think somewhere I missed it, but number 2, Cohen Miller is in the game for the Raiders as well. Back on the left outside defensive position.
But it's owned by Topgolf. So it's more.
I'd like to thank the large contingent on YouTube tuning into the match. We love it. Appreciate all of you tuning in.
Yeah, like
Rebellis on it, brings it back. Going to be a Raiders throw. Right about the 27-minute mark. Raiders lead 2-0 off the goals by sophomore Will Cook and junior Calvin Lassard. Big throw here by Miller. Sends it to the line, kind of hoping to get a corner kick maybe. Oh, Lassard plays it nice. Olson came on a little too quickly, so he couldn't do much with it. Poole gets another opportunity there, but tough to shoot a ball when you're flat on your feet, and that's no criticism because sometimes you're waiting to see what happens and the ball just comes to you, and it's tough to do much with those opportunities.
But yeah, Emily and I went, it was, they have 3 courses. We did 2 of them.
In for the Panthers, number 21, Sebastian Nelson. Free kick here for the Raiders at the 28-minute mark. That's Quinn Packard, Will Cook, and Jack Poole.
like you
I like to play a little cat and mouse sometimes with several players on the free kick mark.
No, but we're all just no, we're all standing there
Stevens
watching
Point
you,
with
judging
up the
you.
wall.
So there's that.
Packard walks by. Poole tries to do an up and over, but doesn't quite get the spin on that to come back down and sends that ball over the goal. And that'll be a goal kick here for the Panthers.
So they have those on the side, and you're supposed to go through them for bonus points, but still make it up and like, yeah.
Sounds very complicated.
Yeah, it's fine. They have, I mean, they have food. They have.
Raiders subbed somebody. In Diego Vega.
Because if everyone would be able to like leave work early on a Saturday like that.
Yeah, most likely we'll have Osa train too, so either or we'll put in well, either one of them.
Yeah, because we could find a little like earlier that day, and
Especially that far out.
Yeah, he was in already. Yep.
Into the game for the Raiders, number 3, Diego Vega.
Vega brings a spark to the game anytime he's in. Speed and aggressiveness.
yeah,
Packard brings it back to Kieran Britz. Vega down on the foul. It's like maybe bonked his head and he's up, but the trainer's coming out. Anytime there's a head hit, they're going to take a look, no matter if they jump up and whatever they do for safety concerns. So Diego's going to step off at least momentarily.
No, that was a different weekend.
Number 7.
Pau Revelis back in the game for the Raiders.
Number 24, Pau Revelis back in the game for the Raiders.
I'll be in Tampa.
Will you?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Flying out. I think that Friday.
Raiders take the kick, but I think they needed to wait for Vega to be off the field. Something's going on, not quite sure what, but
We're not.
I don't know if he's adjusting the clock again.
30 even.
All right, again, no signal to stop the clock, but readjusting it, which again is referee's prerogative. Packard with the kick from distance, really nice ball. It's right in a great spot, but Stevens Point nicely heads it out, but Raiders still back on it. Giuliani punches it out. Not always sure where other people are coming from in those situations, so sometimes the punch is a good move. Ref calls a foul on Packard there. A little bit of a hit from behind, and give Stevens Point a free kick here.
Yeah, we won't even be. What time do you get in on Monday?
I get in on Sunday.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
Great idea by Point there with trying to head that over to a teammate, but probably a little too much distance there, and the Raiders defense picked it off. Cook sends it out wide to Packard, who's attacking defender here. Sends a nice ball through over everybody's head, but there they are. Oof. Lassard on it, and not a lot of angle there for a shot from where he was at. He'd have to really basically tuck it in to the post, and Giuliani was covering well, but sends it just inside. And good to see Diego Vega back in the match for the Raiders.
Number 3, Diego Vega back in the game for the Raiders.
All right. Point back on the attack here, trying to get that ball into Raiders territory. Had a couple good scoring opportunities. One shot on goal in the earlier moments of the half. Not a lot lately, so they're going to really try to up their game here and try to get something going in these last 8 minutes before halftime hits. Raiders let that go out, and that'll be a goal kick for Parker Strumke. All right, Stevens Point back on the attack here, getting into about midfield. Nice little give and go up the sideline. Little foot moves. They've got the cross. They've got a crossing opportunity, but goes off the foot wrong of number 20, Micah Paranto, and ends up being a goal kick here for the Raiders. Down to about 7 minutes left in the half. Somebody entered the games and I missed that, so my apologies for Stevens Point.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I didn't know you were going to be saying in Tampa.
Yeah, no, we're like saying on Tampa.
Playing it back, Rebellis on it. Nice play by Fred Giuliani. And sends it out. Raiders with the throw. That's Packard up to Vega.
I didn't think we were going.
Using his body as much as he can, but just goes off him.
And I was sitting there, and then all of a sudden I got an email that said confirmation of your MRA trip, and I was like, "What?" And I look at Emily, I'm like,
Olsen on it, taking it to the corner. Sends across through, but off the defense of number 20, Micah Paranto. Be a Raiders throw-in.
Number 13, Giovanni Morales back in for the Raiders.
All right, throw in here by Quinn Packard. Into Lassard. Packard tries to do a cross, kind of came off the foot a little bit off. Stevens Point kicks it out of bounds again, so Packard with another throw into Lassard. He's going to try to get the turn. Yeah, ball just hit the white. Lassard made a nice turn, but just ran out of real estate to get around on that ball, and that'll give a goal kick for the Panthers with about 5 minutes left in the half. Big move by Giuliani. Olsen's on it for the Raiders.
His wife's pregnant. So he actually told me yesterday he's not even coming down.
Vega with a nice take there. Into Olsen. Lots of traffic there, but Olsen fights his way through. Works hard. Gets the... guess they're calling a foul on Olsen there. Looked more like a tangle. Clock is stopped. Some attention to Stevens Point player who's down. See if I can find a number here. It's like number... Still waiting for a number, but he's up on his feet. Walking a bit gingerly. That's number 5. Oliver Peterson. It's like one of the captains of the Stevens Point team, so we will hope Oliver's back at 100% in the next few minutes, or at least by the second half here. Looks like he's walking off pretty well now. Sometimes in this cold air and the harder turf that you play on in these fields versus grass can just give you a good jolt or knock the wind out of you a little bit. We'll hope that's what it is for Oliver. Comes a kick by Giuliani. Playing it out a little too firm of a pass though, so it came off hard on the target person, and the Vega is able to pick up their bounce. Sends it to space. Won by Stevens Point. Brett's with a nice step up take. Cut off that angle nicely. Cook tries to thread it up to Lassard.
Do they repaint?
A little miscommunication, but Cook's able to still pick it up. Nice play. It's a little bit hacked from behind, and the Raiders will have a free kick here. This will be dangerous. This is a shootable ball, or it might be one that they kind of play uniquely. Try to move it up a little bit for someone to shoot, but off the post. I'm not sure anybody was I think everybody thought maybe that was going wide because nobody was moving, but that hit the left post and spins out, so that'll be a free kick or a goal kick here for the Panthers. About 3 minutes left in the half.
I just kind of saw that when
Ours is blue, but not quite.
Big clear there for Stevens Point, trying to get some push up the field, but that's way advanced from the forwards, and Strumke collects it. He's going to send it back down, and Raiders will try for another attack.
like this.
Good clear again by Point, but Britz is on it. Morales now picks it up. Nobody on him, so he's going to take his time and survey the field. He finds Vega in the middle. He's going to send it out wide. Packard goes for a quick cross off the head of William Cole. Raiders now with a throw. Down to about 2 minutes in the half. Packard with the throw.
Did they play inside at some point?
No, that's what I thought.
Lassard with a quick turn.
We don't really
Sets up Morales.
You do need a turn. I'm in agreement with you. You can play that all over. Never clear.
Olsen over to Packard, out to Lassard. Nice fake on his body there too. Nice use of the body. Lassard lets it go, and that's going to be a corner kick here with about a minute and a half left in the half.
You would need something like your stadium or something like that.
Lassard leaves it to Cook to take the kick.
To go to a game. I was excited to go to that.
Oh yeah, so that works out well that we couldn't go because then you couldn't go anyway either.
Nice ball. Dangerous spot. Able to get a nice second shot, but the defense is there, and the defense again there is to get the clear. It'll be a Raiders throw. Packard with the throw.
Christmas Day. Oh, are you? Well, they're playing the Lions.
1 minute.
So, what is that? I think that's
Britt sends it in. Gets it out to Powell.
right there going there. They could be there.
Quick turn, and there's a goal for Powell Rebellios. Woo! What a score. That was a beautiful shot by Powell. All those family and friends in Spain, you got to see a nice one there. I want to say that was Will Cook with the assist.
Great pizza place right there. Yeah.
No, I see what you mean.
Scoring for the Raiders, goal number 3, Pau Reveles. Assist to number 14, Kieran Britz.
Kind of weird.
All right, That is just how the Raiders want to go into the half, adding to their lead. So now 3-0.
Good 2 years.
Lots of time left for Stevens Point in the second half, though, with the entire half. But they've got some serious work to do to put together a little more offense than they've shown so far. But they've definitely shown flashes of some dangerous plays. It's going to be another Raider corner kick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's halftime, folks. Please visit the concession stand for a nice warm treat, and we'll see you back in 10 minutes. All right, everybody, welcome back to the second half of today's regional boys Wisconsin high school soccer matchup. We have the visiting Stevens Point Area High School Panthers in white playing now from the left hand to the right hand side of your screen. And the hometown Raiders, the number one seed in the region in section, in dark blue, playing from right to left on your screen. A pretty dominant offensive and defensive performance by the Raiders in the first half took them to a 3-0 lead. So Stevens Point has 40 minutes here to retaliate in kind and try to put some goals on the board here. So Raiders with scoring from Will Cook, Calvin Lassard, and Pau Robeas. And those are three names we're used to seeing for scoring for the Raiders, three of the top offensive players of the Raiders, and no surprise that they're leading the way here. And here we go. So Raiders back pushing that ball in the offensive end. Stevens Point, though, with a goal kick for now. Into Pool. Tries to flip it over his shoulder. Raiders send it out very wide to Cook. It's a high bounce. Cook settles it. Takes a little step. Pool on it. Brings it across, plays it off, and that should be a corner kick for the Raiders. The winner of this game will play the victor of Eau Claire Memorial versus Holman High School, who are both playing right now in Eau Claire. Big corner kick for the Raiders, shouldered out by Point. Big blast by Packard, but sends it wide. Tried tuning in to the live stream of the Eau Claire Memorial Holman match, but they don't seem to show the scoreboard or score in any way. So if anybody else out there watching wants to Google that, all you got to do is search Eau Claire Memorial live stream boys soccer, and you should get a link. But I'm not seeing the score, so maybe you'll hear it, or you could drop it in the chat, or maybe there's another way to find it. But would love to see where they're at in this match as well. Here we go. All right. Stevens Point gets a little cross through, but nobody home to pick that up other than the Raiders' Parker Strumke. Sends a big ball across. Thank you, Zen. Looks like the report is Memorial is up 2-0 against Holman. Raiders sent it through. Rebellis tries to get ahead on it, and now it's 4-0, I'm hearing, by Memorial.
Like it's a 7 o'clock game. I don't think we'd want to drive home. So then it's like, well, we could just go to 7, go back to.
We're staying.
So that's how it opened. We weren't quite.
43-minute mark. Goal kick here by
4 o'clock. It's like.
Stevens Point. It's over the Raiders' heads there. Olson tries to play it again. Rebellis on it.
I could probably go up with you.
All right. Here we go. Throwing for Stevens Point. Ball off Stevens Point. There will be a throw in for the Raiders. Xavier Island tries to send it through. Point steps up.
Kind of got the.
It's too big for it. It's too big for me. It's a medium. It's too big. I just want to. I wish it was bigger.
Good play by Lassard. Steps around. Too much defense there, though. Yes. Little push from behind, and the Raiders will get a free kick deep in their own territory.
I think we have to.
Parker Strumke heading out there to take that kick.
Plans. We'll talk about
The boys are into golf, so they probably have fun doing
Down to about 35 minutes or so left in this second half. Sard does a quick turn, sends it up the line. A little too out of reach. Take by the Raiders though at the last second. Oh, great save by Fred Giuliani. Raiders had a couple chances there at the real kind of floating open cross there, but timing is tricky. They didn't quite get the blast on that they wanted, and Giuliani makes a nice save and holds this score at 3-0. It's been a little offsides or a little push foul there on the Raiders. Stevens Point now with the kick. Stopping the clock as the referee goes and talks to the trainer. Not sure what's going on. But we're back in action here. And here we go. Sure what that was all about, but Highland with a nice breakup play there, but Stevens Point recollects it, sends it out wide.
Yeah.
Again, trying to get it out there. Micah Parento with the ball for Stevens Point on the line. Getting harassed. Push off on Lassard. It's going to give Stevens Point a free kick here. All right, they got the ball. They got a chance to put it into a dangerous area, and the Raiders get the clear. Sam Olsen just working that ball through. Heading up, got to watch being offsides here. Stevens Point trying to send that ball out wide, gets a little too high, and that'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. Sounds like maybe a little too much enthusiasm from the Raiders student section. So getting that back under control is why the referee went over to talk to the manager. But we're back on track now. And ball comes out wide for Stevens Point as they try to get back on the attack. Lassard's on it. Brings it deep. It's a quick shot off. Oh, just over the head of Poole for an easy goal. But Stevens Point defense stays strong. Rebellis sends it in too. Raiders are there. Packard sets up. It's a quick shot off, sends it wide. A lot of offense here for the Raiders, and that shot went off of a Stevens Point defender, and that'll be a corner kick for the Raiders at about the 48-minute, 20-second mark. All right. Looks like Poole and Cook in the corner. It's a nice ball right where you. Oh, great header out by Stevens Point there. So they're on the attack now. Olsen comes in sneaky on the side and steals that ball. Olsen gets a little bit of a hip check, not enough to get a foul though, and Stevens Point sends it up. Island fighting for it. Nice play. Great play by Stevens Point there. That's probably been their best offensive attack since early in the game. Sends it back, gets a quick one shot, but off target, and that was why Strumke takes the kick there. Raiders back on the attack now. Sending it up deep, Pools on it. And they're going to just give the Raiders a corner kick here. Raiders decide to play this quickly, not even waiting for their team to line up. They send it in quick, send it through. Uh-oh, Island, or Morales there, gets a wide open shot, but sends it high, and at the 50-minute mark, the Raiders continue to lead 3-0 over the Stevens Point Panthers. Thank you for tuning in from Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Looks like maybe cheering on Teddy Anderson there. So again, thanks for tuning into the River Channel. Appreciate everybody from Stevens Point, Detroit Lakes, Hudson, Wisconsin, Spain and Brazil. Appreciate everybody tuning in. All right, Raiders go for send that ball into the middle, but it's nicely played out by the Panthers. And there's Teddy Anderson there resetting the offense and pushing it up to Morales, up to Olsen. Into Poole, who sets up Olsen for a blast. Just sends it high. What's that? Oh. You had me. I thought I missed something. There is a lacrosse goal behind the soccer goals, and the ball went into that goal. Much smaller score. So anyway, here we go. Stevens Point back on the attack. Good head over, but Raiders defense is there. Lassard back playing a little more defense. Gets that ball taken. Trying to thread the needle there. Strumke just comes out and clears it. Stevens Point player comes flying into Lassard, and Lassard braced himself for the impact and gets called for the foul. That'll be a free kick here for Stevens Point. Close enough they can put it into the scoring area. It's like number 4, Tyler Falkovich. Hope I'm saying that right, for a point, taking the kick. Sends a low ball in. It can be hard to play, but sometimes can sneak through. But the Raiders get the clear. Pools on it off to the side. Kind of resets, trying to send that ball up the middle. But cleared by Point. Heckman on it. Plays it back to Strumke. Plays it out to Island. Really nice ball play there. Strumke is an excellent field player, so bringing it back to him. Little foot tangle there, but no foul called. Island goes down. Teddy Anderson with a nice take and turn there. Sends it up to Island. Into Olsen. Lassard on the attack. Lassard's playing back on defense a little bit here. Help maintain this 3-goal lead and win. Cook is on it. Point blank range here. Sends it back. Nobody home. I like that play by Cook, though, to set up. Hopefully, he's probably hoping somebody was trailing, but no such luck. Okay, Lassard resetting for the Raiders. Rebellis on it. And just snuck over the line, but that was taken by Fred Giuliani either way. About 53.5-minute mark. Raiders continue to hold their 3-0 lead over the Panthers.
he had nowhere to be. It's like so
Thanks for
much
tuning in, Lindsay from La Center, Minnesota. Always great to have our Minnesota friends tuning into these matches. Ball comes over to Lassard now. He's got a little space. Resets, gets a spot, takes a blast, and buries it. What a shot by Calvin Lassard. That was just, that was a wow goal. Just another great shot by Lassard. He's had two big goals here today. Did not see who got the assist. Let's see. Just buried that shot. With his second goal of the match, number 18, Calvin Lassard. I'm sure someone will get credited for the assist. Assist on that goal to number 11, Will Cook. All right. 4-0 lead for the Raiders. Two just spectacular goals from Lassard. Just real power shots with accuracy today out of Calvin. Fun to see. Stevens Point back on the attack, looking to just get something going here. Maybe try to sneak something in, get a first goal. They send it back. Nice play. Set up, shot. Good play by Stevens Point, but Strumke's there. That was number 17, Leighton Stevens with the shot for point. And Strumke with the save and boot. Again, Point's going to play it up the line.
That's not from behind. Come on.
Island with a trip from behind. Point's going to get a good opportunity here. His clock is stopped. I think he wants the clock stopped. Yeah. I think you can start it when he kicks it. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't know if he was going to talk to the players or not, but I'm not sure that's what he wanted. But it seemed he had his hands up crossed, so yeah. All right, so quick kick there by Stevens Point goes wide, and the Raiders will get the goal kick here at the 56-minute mark. Big boot by Strumke. Gets over everybody's head, even on the bounce. Robelis on it. Giovanni Morales with the ball. Over to Quinn Packard. Into Olson. Does a quick turn. Gets by. Gets a shot off. Actually, it's a nice little play there, but nobody home to bury that. And that'll be a goal kick again for the Panthers. Oh, thank you. In for the Raiders, number 2, Cohen Miller. All right, Panthers back on the attack. Trying to sneak through a nice little timing through ball, but Strumke is pretty smart on those plays and gets out to play it just right. Sending it up to number 5, Henry Newman, who has entered the match. I think I missed that on one of the goals, last goal the Raiders scored. So Henry Newman in the game. you're never comfortable when you're a high school coach, but 4-0 lead gives you the ability to throw in a few kind of adjust that lineup card a bit and get some people some well-deserved time on the field in the playoffs, because you never know when you're going to need them down the line, and gives your starters a little more of a break. They'll have a big match potentially. If the Raiders hold on, whoever it's going to be will be taking on Eau Claire Memorial, it sounds like. Poole with a great opportunity, but that's another case of that ball that it comes to you and it's kind of a flat-footed shot, and it's tough to get much on that. You lean back and you end up putting it over the goal. But a good try there by Jack anyway.
Back in the match for the Raiders, number 14, Kieran Ritz.
All right, it's in. Newman with the ball, sends it out wide. Nice play there. Over to Packard. Tries putting it into the corner for Adrian Morales, but that gets a little too much speed on that ball, and will be a Panthers goal kick.
Number 12, Juan Martinez back in the match for the Panthers.
Moving into the 60-minute mark. It's about 20 minutes left in this match.
In for the Raiders, number 3, Diego Vega.
Throw in here for the Raiders. Poole's going to take it. Sends it back. Looks like Packard's going to take it into Poole. Back to Packard. Does a nifty little foot move there. Again, tapped out by Point. Back to Poole. Nice move by Poole. Too much defense, though. And Stevens Point gets the clear. Heckman gets upended. That'll be a foul on Point. Raiders with a quick passing kick there. Instead of a big kick, they send it up to, that's Adrian Morales. Brings it back. Ricochet off will be a Raiders corner kick. It's like Jack Poole and Henry Newman lining up for this corner kick. Sometimes they play it short. Point is on it defensively, so they take a traditional kick. Screams down the goal line. That was tight. Ball is all over the place. Heckman tries to poke it in. Gets deflected off. Will be another corner kick for the Raiders. Heckman would love that. He is and that one goes out of bounds on the kick. And that'll be a goal kick here for Stevens Point.
Number 8, Brian Wright in the match for the Raiders.
All right, Point back on the attack. Throwing for Point. Things getting a little more physical, it's seeming, all over the field. As the season ends, players get a little more excited, trying to do everything they can. Emotions get the best of them sometimes. Referee's been doing a pretty good job of calling these fouls, though. Ball goes out wide to Vega, just too far for him. And that'll be a throw in for Stevens Point. It's out to Packard. Good step up by Point there on defensively, sending that ball way up the field though. Strumke's able to pick it up easily. And he'll give it a punt. Ball comes in. Good chance there for Stevens Point, but Strumke comes out very aggressively and takes that ball out of the scoring opportunity area for Stevens Point. High punt. Now in for the Raiders, number 17, Lincoln Solano. Pushing into about 15 minutes left in the match. Nice take by Point there. Trying to play it out wide. Get it out to number 23, Zechariah Zillman, but the Raiders take it back. Vega on the sideline with it. It's a quick turn. Tries to do a change the field, but I think it's kicked on the way down. Nothing illegal, but clearly a little painful for Vega. Gets up. He's limping. Because he tried to cross that ball. He took just a knock to the shin. He's up. Feeling all right. Referee gives it back to Point, and they're going to try to advance this and see if they can get back on that attack again. That's number 30, August Zell, with a good hard shot, just kind of right to where Raider goalkeeper Parker Strumke was stationed, and Parker picks it up and gives it a ride now. Raiders attack is denied, and Stevens Point back on the attack, but Raiders again steal it back themselves, and are now advancing it further. Solano, nice cutback move, putting it in. Another cutback. Sets up Quinn Packard. Tries to chip it through, but too much defense. And that'll be a throw-in for Stevens Point. Push from behind on Point is going to give the Raiders a free kick here, just inside the midfield line. Looks like Stevens Point is going to have a goalie substitution. Like Alex Weisgrim will be entering the game in a bit. Raiders get a good opportunity there, but send it wide. Be a goal kick, and here comes a substitution for goalkeeper. In at goalkeeper for Stevens Point, number 0, Alex Weisgrim. About 13 minutes left in the match. Weisgrim will take the free kick here, the goal kick here. Disrupted there by Brian Wright of the Raiders. and sent out of bounds for a Raiders throw in. Number 4, Sullivan Kelly in the match for the Raiders. Point on the attack. There's Kelly right there, back right into the game and into the action. He ends up having to send that ball out of bounds. Will be a Stevens Point throw-in. Number 2, William Cole in for Stevens Point. Raiders defense holding strong. Point getting a little more offensive action in the last 10 minutes or so. Get a free kick here. It's been a foul on the Raiders. Nice ball in. Stremke able to grab that ball straight out of the air and end that attack. Takes his time, sends a nice punt way up the field. Morales with a head over, Vega on it. A little too much pressure from behind by number 30, August Zell of the Panthers, and the Raiders will have a free kick here. It's like Kieran Britt's lining up to take this kick. Nice ball in. Oof. Good play. Good. The initial kick drew Alex Weisgrim out, and Vega had a nice attempt at heading that ball into an empty goal, but his body just wasn't really aligned well for that, and sends it out a bit wide. Weisgrim now with the goal kick. Miller fields that and gets it over to Giovanni Morales into Solano. Tries to do a little flick pass up, and Stevens Point clears that ball. Be a Raiders throw in here. Weisgrim picking that ball up, and we'll send it for a kick. Solano with an interesting little heel over pass. Nice play, but disrupted by Point. Vega back on it, though. Good take there by Stevens Point. Try to push it up the field now. Sullivan Kelly with the take and pushes it out of bounds. Entering the game for Stevens Point, number 1, Gavin Schiffelbein, and number 18, Carter Hildebrand. So both teams clearing their benches, giving players some time here in the playoffs to get some experience either way. Down to about 8.5 minutes in the match. Number 7, Cooper Wiseman in for the Raiders. Big kick from Stremke. Solano with another little heel over to the corner, but nobody able to pick that up. Solano taking the throw. Good step take by Point, sends it up nicely. Raiders defense Really nice play by Kieran Britz there. Sylvan Dingo with the throw. Britz again heads it out. Ball off Cooper Wiseman. It'll be or sends it off of the defense, and that'll be a Raiders throw. Number 20, Eric Palm in for the Raiders.
It's either like sub them out one by one or take all of them out at the same time and let them know.
Ball sent out of bounds by Point, and number 2, Cohen Miller with the throw for the Raiders. It's looking highly likely that it'll be a third match in this moving into the sections on Thursday. It'll be a third match of the season between the Raiders and Eau Claire Memorial. Raiders have won both of those matches pretty well this season, 4-0 and 2-1, and so that game should be played here at Hudson Raider Stadium on Thursday at 7 p.m. So we hope to have everybody tuning back into that match if you're not able to be here. Of course, if you're in Spain or Brazil, we certainly, well, we wish you were here. We will hope to see you tuning in online. Of course, you never know what can happen. We still have about 5.5 minutes left in this match. But it's like everybody to know what the potential schedule will be moving forward for the Raiders. That's an assumption too that Eau Claire Memorial is winning or has won, but that'll be potentially a heck of a match as well. Big rivalry between those teams over the years. Point though, back on the attack, trying to get something going still. Love that they're still fighting and playing their hearts out. Palm on it, gets it down the line. Comes back to Cooper Wiseman. Good take there by number 1, Gavin Schiffelbein. Now Point with another throw. Micah Parento with the throw. Blast from distance by number 11, Sylvan Dinga, and sends it wide. Be a goal kick for the Raiders, and the clock keeps ticking. Vega. In for the Raiders, at goalkeeper number 3, Diego Vega. So Raiders working potentially, I'm guessing, to get Strumke a little time on the field. Also maybe just get Diego a little time in goal. Raiders don't necessarily have a true backup goalkeeper on the roster. So looks like maybe Vega is the man, or is the man today. Sometimes it depends on the situation. They get it up. Solano trying to get through, but a lot of defense there for Stevens Point, and they get it out. Raiders back on the attack here. We're now down to 3 minutes in the match. Raiders continue their lead of 4-0. Ball comes in and nicely handled by Alex Weisgrim. Ball goes up to Brian Wright. like we have a double injury on the sideline there. 2 players down. Did not see what happened, but I'm going to watch the replay here. Guessing there's some kind of a hard collision, maybe. So hard foul on the Raiders there. Might not have been called as a foul, but got his legs taken out in midair, but not necessarily purposeful. Definitely see why he's down, and it's number 8, Brian Wright, and hopefully he's going to be all right there, getting a little attention on the sideline. Kind of got popped up into the air, kind of helicoptered a bit, and not sure how the referee is going to handle this because some play went on for quite a while. That is, I think, number 8, Brian Wright. Two and a half minutes left in this match. Oh, who? Wyatt Turnquist. In for the Raiders, number 16, Wyatt Turnquist.
Just be able to let him like drop and fucking take it.
All right, here we go. Final about 2 minutes of the match. Raiders defense clears again. Offense going to try to push it up the sideline.
And then there'd be a throw. And then a lot of times you just throw it into the other team. Because you would, like if they kicked it out, you know, like if it was an injury for.
Good take by number 4, Tyler Falkovich of Point. Gets it up, but Cohen Miller takes it back for the Raiders up the field. Point again, trying to get an attack moving here. Out of defense. Oh, great play there by number 20, Micah Paranto. Raiders defense, though, eventually gets the clear. Be a throw in here for Point. Now down to about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Thank everybody for tuning in to the River Channel for today's match. I thank my partner, Nikos Wired, for all the technical work he's done to bring this match to you. And we're going to look forward to everybody tuning back in
1 minute.
On Thursday at 7 p.m. here at Hudson Raider Stadium for the match against the Old Abes. Should be a heck of a game. Foul on the Panthers gives the Raiders a free kick. Kieran Britt's about to take that kick. We're now down to 30 seconds. It's been a great match. I'd like to congratulate Stevens Point on a very successful season and a big win in their first round of the region. And look forward to where these undefeated Raiders will go in the next week or so. Vega with the pickup.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'd like to thank everybody for coming today's match. I'd like to congratulate Stevens Point on a successful season. Congratulate Raiders on the victory. And we look forward to seeing everybody back here Thursday evening. It should be a 7 p.m. game. And it looks like that will be against Eau Claire Memorial. I'd like to thank our coaches, our teams, all our friends around the field collecting the balls. Our officials did a great job today. Appreciate them. Athletic trainer, appreciate you as well, Megan. Hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. Drive carefully.